guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it has been a hot minute since I have popped on, but I thought that I would just quickly get this video done because someone did ask me to talk about this whole situation with Chloe Kitembo, and yeah, I thought, do you know what, some new updates has come from it, even though it did happen last week. But yeah, I thought I would just grant your request because I do love it when you guys send me request videos to do. Cool, so let me just jump right into the video. I'm not going to go through the screenshots because there's a lot, like there is a lot, and also some of it is in Lingala. I don't speak Lingala. I know Chloe's mum responded to the allegations that was in Lingala. I couldn't even translate for you guys. I could kind of like pick up little bits for the because of the French part, but I couldn't understand it all. Anyway, so yesterday this blogger did a live where she actually got Chloe's mum on the phone. I'm not gonna lie, like there's so many different influencers that Sandrine posted. So first of all I'm gonna say about that whole situation is and one of the reasons why it transitioned over here in the UK is because she did mention Nella Rose, and obviously Nella Rose is a big popular influencer here in the UK, so it picked up UK Twitter, even though obviously these influencers are not UK influencers. But the whole thing with Chloe being exposed by Sandrine, to me, when I first heard about it, I was just like, a lot of it stemmed from jealousy, maybe envy. Like I just didn't understand like where it had come from, because Sandrine obviously knows a lot about these influencers, so she obviously spent a lot of time speaking to Chloe, right? So for you to know a whole lot about different influencers, I'm pretty sure it didn't happen in one day. Like she didn't spill the tea in one day, considering you've known Chloe for 7 years. I just kind of felt like something had happened between Sandrine and Chloe decided to just put her on blast because she wasn't happy. She wanted to expose her, and it just kind of seemed a bit like spiteful, and a bit like a lot of jealousy was involved in it. I know a lot of people are coming for Chloe like, oh, she's two-faced, or she's a chatty patty, or she's this, she's that. But at the end of the day, it's like, if you've got an issue with a friend who you know has a big following, like, you know the effect that it's gonna have on that person if you expose them, because that's what social media is. Like, you know about cancel culture, you know about people being exposed and how people react to that. So of course, to be spiteful, you're gonna go on Twitter and put out a whole thread of things, and you know what that's gonna do. Even the whole thing with like Nella Rose, it's like she didn't even really say like what it was. She was just kind of like, oh, there's too many things that I know about you. Like it was just like nibbles. Like it wasn't even anything that was just like, oh my days. It's like, well, if you're not gonna say the whole thing, then why make it seem like there's actually like something to say? Like, you've not even said the whole thing. And also apparently this was all like a plot between the girls. I've just kind of like put out a few screenshots from yesterday's live that kind of like stood out to me a little bit, because apparently even Sandrine and Chloe actually left on good terms. Like it wasn't, they didn't leave on like bad terms, but there's obviously something that has hurt Sandrine for her to go out and decide that, you know what, today's the day I'm going to go and expose Chloe. So this person that put out all of these screenshots said, when Sandrine is not on good terms with someone, that's what she does and see worse. She initiated the idea of creating this thread on Twitter. She was the one who called the girls to say what Chloe said about them. Another one said Sandrine being depressed, which is something that she has been open about on her Twitter anyway. She went to the hospital, and during this period Chloe's mother came to visit her, bring her food. The fact that she was able to leak that voice note is just disloyal to Chloe's mother. there's even like another one. I couldn't get all of the screenshots. Over here is like a screenshot of how Sandrine and Chloe's friendship kind of like ended. What was a bit like weird is this blogger that did the live yesterday, Sandrine was in the live, and obviously she was like, yo, listen, I can give you the opportunity to come on, like if you want to come on, like come on and say your piece. And Sandrine obviously didn't want to, and then she was saying to the blogger like, oh, Chloe, like you got paid to do this, because the blogger was kind of siding with Chloe. She was like, she got paid to do this, and then the blogger like switched. She was just like, don't ever come and say to me that I got paid. Like, I'm giving you the same opportunity to come on the platform and express yourself, but obviously you don't want to. So it was just like a little bit messy. Like, I feel like the whole situation is messy. I don't know why people would come for Chloe like that and not really come for that girl, because yes, Chloe is messy for spilling out all of these girls' business to that one person, but at the same time she is even more messy putting it out on social media. Because when you think about it, Chloe was talking to that one person off social media. She was talking to people, like real people that she knew. This girl, instead of to now go and direct this to these girls individually, or to even Chloe, she decides to go and blast it to strangers who we are strangers. Like, we don't need to know about this. For what reason? Like, what's the motive behind what you've done? That's what I want to know. So that's my whole opinion and situation about this whole thing. These threads were way too long. Her mom was basically saying like, who is not, like, we're all dirty, basically. That's what her mom was saying on the voice note. She was like, I don't know if I can play it now. Hold on.
Je dois t'aimer comme ça, je dois te supporter comme ça, ce qui n'a pas maman. Vous êtes tous vos noms.
Wait, hold on.
Soyez là, que vous ne soyez pas là. Non, franchement, surtout moi, que dalle, je m'en fous complètement. So ka finga ki yo pour finga kabatu, so ka mele a finga ki Chloé pa finga kabatu.
I don't understand that bit.
So so ana ba lobaki. Yo na boko tanga ba kombo, je connais tous vos noms.
I know all your names.
Parce qu'on a des grandes gueules. On a des grandes gueules. On est des voyous, pas criminels à Kala. Donc, Ndenge Zawana, vous fréquentez les sous-soutés, c'est bon. Moi, personnellement, au nom de Jésus, vous m'avez rendu un grand service. Vous avez exposé na Twitter. Et ça, échangez le côté, elle reste Chloé. Toi, tu restes Sandrine. Amélie restera Amélie. Les autres, babotik à la pekaka bango. Donc, tout ce que je vous souhaite, full success.
I think what she was saying, correct me if I'm wrong if you do speak English, what she was saying is like, for me personally, like, you've done me like a big service, like, to expose this, because it's kind of like now you kind of all know like where you stand. Like, you, Chloe, you do you, Sandrine, you do you, kind of thing. It's like now everything is like exposed, because before that, like, you was thinking, this is me ad-libbing now, like, you was thinking that, oh, like, you've got friends and you're like, you're all cool, but now that it's been exposed, like, it's even good. That's how I've interpreted it.
Comme j'avais dit, toi-même, si je dois parler de toi, c'est pas grave, je dois t'aimer comme ça, je dois te supporter comme ça, ce qui n'a pas maman. Sans plus, qu'est-ce que tu veux de plus? Là, je Chloé n'a livré. Et Bible le bien, un scandale va arriver, mais malheur à qui? Parce que scandale en est kouta. Chloé va me sentir que pour aider na zongi.
Oh, I don't know what happened there. Is that my phone or what?
Na zongi c'est sous l'église, na bana ko chocolat sous tous les jours par le sang de Jésus. Bino pe bo sous comme na makila na sous masi aba tashwana. Ya ba ide pour ni ko benga ke bo soli na téléphone.
I can't figure out what she's saying, but I think there was like another part in the voice note where she was just like, qui est propre, non? Qui est propre? What did she say again? Qui est propre entre nous tous là? Like basically what she was saying is like, who is clean amongst us? Like we're all dirty kind of thing, like we all have something. And a lot of people also like trying to come for the mom, like, oh, why is she getting involved, and like, where is Chloe? Oh yeah, and during the live, like the host, the blogger must have said like, oh, she tried to reach out to Chloe, but Chloe is timid. And that proper set everybody off, because everyone was just like, Chloe's timid, like Chloe does lives all the time, like Chloe's not timid, like why is her mom speaking out and she's not speaking out? Which I kind of get, but at the same time it was like, sometimes parents, they just want to speak out because as a parent you want to protect your child. But at the same time, I do agree, it's like, Chloe's a big woman, like, do you know what I mean? Like, she's a big woman. If she's a big woman enough to open her mouth, then she can be big woman enough to come and speak out. Like, do you know what I mean? So she's a big woman, she can come and fend for herself, she come and speak. Like, I don't personally think, I feel like this is way too petty for her mom to come in and speak on her behalf. And Chloe definitely does not seem timid to me. Somebody who's in a public eye, she's an influencer, she does lives, she does YouTube videos. Timid where? Like, she can't come in and speak. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different ways that you can address the situation without being aggressive, you know, or without coming a certain way. So yeah, that is my opinion on that. So sorry I couldn't break down to you guys the messages, it was way too many, and to be honest, I'm done, and I feel like everybody should just be over it. I just feel like there's a bunch of girls who are just jealous over each other, and there's a whole lot of like screenshots basically showing how, you know, Chloe and her friends have been, and yeah, you could definitely see jealousy in that. And to be honest, it's like, these are, I don't know, I think it's hard being an influencer, because it's almost like it gets to the point where you're thinking, raw, like, are people treading over their own friends now just to get to the top? Like, is that what it is? That's what it's coming to. It looks like it. But anyway guys, that is my take on it, and I will speak to you guys in my next video. If you have not subscribed to the channel, then make sure that you do hit the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video.